Oh, customer, make 'em ballyhoo.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Redskin? I'd like to buy a tom-tom.
Bracelet.
No.
Moccasin.
No. I want tom-tom.
Me give 'em tom-tom.
Oh, thank you.
Me, I don't know. Oga, umala haba.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, I want to buy that.
Me, I don't know. Buy a rotten stick. Go take 'em, look.
Oh, they're gone.
Make 'em spring.
Uh-huh. Look at the fun they're having. Isn't that cute?
Don't make 'em smoke, don't make 'em fire. Make 'em hot. Heap big point.
Oh, isn't he a little darling? Oh.
Hello, Toots.
Oh. Look at him.
Funny fella. Uh-oh, we gotta go.
Oh.
So long.
Oh.
Oh, what's the matter with her? That's no pot. That's tom-tom.
Tom-tom?
Uh-huh. Look, like this.
Oh,
Play, big Indian brave. Just beat that drum and make it hum. Let's swing like craze. Play, Princess White Wing. Don't feel forlorn. Grind out that corn and make it swing. Come in violin. Trombone, make it sing. Tuba boy, cymbals ring. Yes, everybody swing, swing.
오고 잘해 하나 보여줘도 멀리 있다고 Put Indians with a boy. Oh, me in the jam. So long, everybody.
What are you, fucking commie? Huh?
No, I ain't no commie.
Oh, you better not be. I don't want no commies in my car. No Christians either.
Still a stupid.
It's such a fine line between stupid and clever. Yeah,
just
clever.
What up, Cyber fam? Fam bots, Cyber Space Cadets, Famerica, and Odesians everywhere. It's Cyber Prostate. It's Friday night, and I'm trying not to. I try not to fall apart, people. I'm just making it a day at a time. You know what I'm saying? And I've got the usual suspects with me. Tonight, A is for Atema. Greetings, Atema.
Hey, Irene. Hey, everybody.
How's your week been?
It's we been busy. Let's just put it that way. It's been busy.
Asherella, A is for Asherella.
Hi, I am doing pretty good tonight. It's been a really long week, but I had some highs and lows, so overall, I guess it balances out.
You got my high and lows?
Yeah, I got my new Lost Boys hoodie and Lost Boys Vans this week, so
Yeah,
that
I
has
saw
been
that.
like the highlight of my week. That just cancels out all the bad.
Yeah, I gave you a thumbs up, but I didn't leave a message. I comment because I knew that they would just,
Oh yeah, I got something to say about that.
Make it yeet a little bit. All right, C is for B is for Becca Fairley. I don't want to skip Becca.
Hey guys.
She'll hurt me. Well, how's your how has your week been, man?
Draining. I'm ready for the fucking month to be over with.
Oh, I hear you.
Well, not
Already?
really. It's Halloween, but you know, it's supposed to be my favorite month, and my job is killing it for me.
Oh my god, me too.
So it's a week, another week in the books.
Well, all right. So I guess Chigon, like, so the last time we did the Cream Stream, you had not given birth yet, have you? Had
Correct.
And she was nobody's baby mama.
Yeah, I'm a mama now.
That's right. Well, I mean, you were one beforehand, but now the baby's, you know, you can hold it.
Yeah,
and, you know,
for real, I feel.
right? And you don't have to pee all the time.
So I'm like, no, I'm not a mother yet. Now it's real. We have a baby girl. She's born on the 27th.
Congratulations!
Yay!
And most babies are ugly as fuck, but this baby is cute. Okay,
She's cute.
She is adorable.
Yeah.
So I can't say all babies are ugly anymore. I don't know what I'm
like
gonna do
with
about
you,
that.
I rate. Like I think babies are pretty ugly usually, and I'm like, am I just biased or? She's pretty dang cute.
Newborns always look real squished up. You know what I mean?
It's a biological trick.
Yeah.
There's a chemical called oxytocin running through your system that makes it so even when it
Yeah.
shits itself, you're like, it's the cutest thing ever.
They pumped me full of that.
That's Demerol.
Oh yeah, Shihan, you made a person. Think about that.
I know. I look at it like, look what we did. Oh my god, we made that.
That's crazy, isn't it? You know, one day you're like buying bubble gum at the corner store. And, you know, another day you're giving birth to a little baby girl.
That just
my life is just
quickly.
You that high, and 9 months later, you were born. Oh boy.
Hey, Dumbbeard's got some game going on. I'm just saying. I want to feel that Dumbbeard. I want to feel his beard. All right. I'm just saying. I'm going to squeeze it. Squeeze the beard. The beard.
And then pull on it just a little bit, right?
That's right. I want to say hi to some fam before we continue in the chat. All right. We got Mr. Goatman, Philip Daniel, of course, sir. I will probably hit your music on Sunday. Uzi Q, hey, how did she do that? All right, Nostradamus the Great, what's up? Zuka, Mank Pete, man, what up? Fetty King, let's see. Fetty King got Fitty? You got Fitty? I love Zuka 67 because that's like half the name of the word bazooka, right? It should have a it should have a in front of it. Bazooka. Because I got a killer bazooka going on right now. Dumbbeard, hey man. Speaking of the devil, Man Squatch, Atheist Icon, Asherella.
Hey everybody.
How can y'all be in the? I don't understand. In here and out there at the same time.
It's magic.
Am I Mason? Mason Marcus. I see you. I see you, man. And who else? Did I miss anybody? Atheist Icon, Lieutenant Vanisher. I see Vanisher trying to vanish on me, but no. Roasted, man. Roasted's going to get his shit fixed eventually, but you know, it's like
he was here for a minute.
Yeah, he's our fact checker, and so anyway, and all right, so we're caught up on the current crowd at the YouTube on the salon. All of you watching, and let's see. I want to put this over here. So we're not done with Excel. How was your week, man?
Totally shit.
Aw.
Yep.
Hey, Faithless.
We talked about this a little bit on the XD stream, and why I had to leave. It's been the same. Today I got off work at 5 o'clock. Slept till 9, which is why I'm here.
How many hours did you work, dude?
This week, probably like 60.
Earning that jack.
Oh, and the best is well, I'm salaried. So the best is the boss came to me. And so, like, another department that he just took directorship over is completely fucked. Like, and they are really fucked. And his solution to how fucked they are is to spread the fucked around and make me be part of it.
All about fairness.
Well, and like, my boss is really good to me, and he's not. But like, I'm just like, I guess, man. I'll just be like, well, I know that department's fucked, but I don't want to help them. I don't want to be fucked too. When really being a team player, it's just like, well, there's only 3 of them, so I'll make them like 33% less fucked by helping them, and that's the future for me. So,
yeah, getting that fuck quotient down. Got you.
I said that in those words to my boss, just to let you know. I did not.
I gotta be honest.
I did not. I actually used the word like. So what you're saying is that department's fucked, and your solution is to spread how much people are fucked around to other people, so that they're slightly less fucked.
Well,
and I was like, all right, got it.
You get fucked immunity for the herd.
Yeah.
By doing that.
Well, I mean, on that note, I just want to make sure that another reason I'm on the show is as a legal representative of irate prostate, we completely agree with everything that the CDC, the FDA, and
NIH
has to say about the vaccine and COVID-19. Anything said on the show that contradicts that is not the expressed opinions of irate prostate. So,
Fauci.
Stop putting irate in the gulag.
Exactly.
Right. My mouth is
love Sue too.
Well, it was, it was kind of, what word am I looking for? It was fortunate indeed. It was fortunate indeed that, it happened last week because we were moving. And I mean, man, I was shot out. I was shot the fuck out Friday night. I mean, I was still I'm not young anymore, man, and I can't lift fucking 400 pounds like I used to could, man.
Right.
It's like I don't know, getting old sucks. Just saying.
Yeah.
There's my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters on Game of Thrones, the TV show, was Davos, and he said, "Nothing fucks you harder than time."
True. That's absolutely true.
I love it. That's a great quote.
Time.
What about you, Mr. Pippi Troop? Pippi Troop? What's your week like?
Oh shit.
Pretty good. I got this new mic arm.
Trippy had a birthday.
Yeah.
I had a birthday last Monday. That was nice. We did long ass stream. Well, it seemed long, and then I looked back at it, and I think we were only live like 4 hours. So it's about average, really.
Well, I remembered it was your birthday, man, and like I was in Johnny's. I was on Johnny's, and I fucking just dipped and hopped in, without saying nothing. That was kind of rude. Sorry, Johnny. Sorry, Johnny Bonsaco. Oh, yeah, I know. But I wanted to come in and say it to you, man, and say happy birthday because everybody.
Thank you for it.
Everybody loves Trippy.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm so sorry I missed all that, Trippy. I was driving for 5 hours around a city.
I think you had told me you were probably going to be busy that day, so I didn't bother you. I was like, I think Atema's like out, so.
Yeah, I was taking my kids. We went on an exploratory mission to try to find a house in a town that was about an hour from where we are now, and it was. So I couldn't even sit down at my computer. So I'm sorry. Happy birthday, honey.
Oh, you're good, and thank you.
I'll reach out to you in DMs and get you a birthday present. It'll be
faithless.
Don't make me turn red, clown.
Yeah, and so you want to talk about the deal that we were talking about before we got going?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Irate just said something about time, and it was a really good reminder that sometimes you got to recognize when you just don't have enough time in your day, and. I'm in my mid-40s, and I've got a bunch of injuries that I need to focus on, and I get up like at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5, sometimes 6 days a week. And right now I'm so damned exhausted. I'm having a hard time staying awake for the show that I enjoy doing with y'all. And I don't think that's fair to anybody. And it just so happens that Irate found this super duper awesome chick named Asherella, who just at the time I was about ready to duck anyway, happens to have an A name, and she is ready to come in and be way more entertaining and energetic and aware, because I know I keep cutting everybody off, and I don't mean to, y'all. I'm having a hard time processing everything because I'm so fucking tired. So I'm gonna duck out, and I'm gonna say this has been a fantastic run, and I have loved 3 years of goofy bullshit, weird ass crap, and even some retarded ass drama. And it has been really fucking great. It really has been some retarded ass drama, Irate. I'm gonna tell you.
No shit.
We have had our, like, amazing shit go fucking sideways. It's been hilarious. So thank you so much for 3 years of just fucking wild, weird shit. And I'm still gonna be on XD, y'all. That's in like the time frame where my brain still works. But by the time like after dinner time hits, I'm just done. So I gotta let y'all just do this and be great at it without me fucking it all up for you. So thank you so much.
Love you, Timma.
Yeah.
So long.
Love ya.
Well, and the idea behind the moving to XD is, what were you singing?
It was Amazing Grace.
That saved a wretch like me.
Hey, Kimmy.
I'm gonna miss your hate a lot.
I love your rant so much, and like,
well, all right, so but see, the XD. All right, so the idea behind XD is, and the whole idea behind like focusing on that specific show is so she can grow her channel. It's time for her to fly like a little bird.
Well, yeah, I've been hung up on trying to help everybody else, and I haven't helped myself at all.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I have a system that's meant to run for entertaining for YouTube and stuff like that. And I have a bunch of really interesting and creative people in my home. And I think I can do some really fun and great stuff with them. So,
I actually cannot wait to see that, Atima. And as far as XD goes, this is one time when we were really serious. So this is a concept that, I came up with and I talked to Atima about, where we're talking about how this concept of critical theory is affecting society. And we do it with like the same snarkiness that the CREEM stream has, but it's more serious topics, so we take it a little bit more seriously.
And bigger words.
So yeah,
yes,
so if
exactly.
you haven't tuned in to the Wednesday night XD stream, which I'm gonna be honest, we will not do. It's probably like expected to happen 3 Wednesdays out of a month. Part of it is because for the specific topic that we're trying to talk about, there's not always like a good thing to talk about for a specific stream. But anyway, it's Wednesday night. It's on Irate Prostate's channel, and Atima, you're still gonna be there, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
That's my wheelhouse.
Exactly. And that's the whole point of the move and everything. From
this is,
my perspective.
I'm struggling.
Yes.
And I'm struggling with the late night, and Irate knows it. Like, everything has changed from when I started doing
talk. Yeah, exactly. We had a really good talk the other night, and and it's like, and it's just an adjustment. You know what I'm saying?
And it's one that I need.
And the door's always open, man. All the former, CREEM stream alum, the door's always open for them, man. If they want to join us on for a night, you just let me know, that afternoon, and I'll make a space for you.
Exactly. Irate's not inconvenienced at all whenever you're a person that usually is not on the stream because you go to bed before 11. You're going to say, hey, I'm going to be up before 11. Can I come on tonight? And then I just join the stream before he even answers us.
Hey, Irate. Gunfox says check your stream element.
What I was going to say, Gunfox tips $20 and says, Another 12-hour shift. Another 12-hour shift.
Oh, thanks.
Have a good one, Atima. Get better. Smooth brain. Super smooth brain made of air. Yes, I know. He's talking about me.
Gunfox, don't forget.
Flinging poo is a fundamental right for humanity. Holy shit, Trippy.
He has got you sound clipped all over the place, Becca.
Yeah.
I say the dumbest shit sometimes.
No, it's amazing.
forget
Like,
you
I'm
said
gonna
that?
start
All right,
stapling you.
well, you know, we are in demon tranny hell. So the cleansing flames of the archangels has been lit asunder with the $20 that Gunfox money makes trannies go away. The demon trannies, I mean.
Hell yeah.
Not that I'm disparaging anybody, but I will make fun of you if you are that fucked up. Okay. It is what it is.
Anyway, this is where I need to go, guys. As you can tell, my voice is already starting to go out. I've been talking with children all day and on the phone, so I need to dip out. And I want to thank you for a great time. And,
well, thank you too.
CREEM STREEM hugs Tema.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sleep well, Tema.
Yay.
Yep. So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Creamy gravy.
Aww.
I love Atima. Like, her rants are the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, she has so much conviction, you know? Like, when she goes off on something, she goes off on it.
Well, when she starts streaming, if she starts ranting, I'll just have to record it and make her sound clips too.
Clip her
I'm
in,
just, like,
too,
glad I'm glad I'm not Becca, because I wouldn't want to, like, follow that every day.
I can make Becca follow herself.
Greasy, creamy, gopher guts, mutilated monkey meat.
Who the fuck? What?
They got
I
me.
remember that.
I was reading comments in Bonsaco's chat, and Bonsaco paid Trippy to clip a whole bunch of shit that night. There was like
I
a
swear to God, I
dozen
thought that was you,
clips.
man. I thought that was you literally
well,
talking and shit.
It is, but not live. No, Johnny got probably a dozen clips that night. Like I could not stop.
so-
Once it started, I could not stop.
I think it was
That's like
9
me
clips
giving you a
altogether.
hand job. I'm locking you in a room.
That was
I'm
from
locking you in a room.
You know, it's
That one
funny
was
because I thought Trippy was just like stalking your streams and recording everything and like cutting them down. I didn't know that it
Oh
was
my
like
God.
specifically like
It was a setup.
like how do you like get such good clips? Like
I just do.
know when she's about to
Well,
No,
the chat
I-
participates.
sample.
I
worthy.
rewind.
Mm.
And get stuff like this.
Okay,
Mouth
yes,
is
that
my
is smart.
downfall.
Yeah, her mouth is the downfall.
He's fluffing you.
Never put anything in writing.
I love having dicks.
It was all from the same stream though, like 9 or 10 of those.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny paid $10. I couldn't just give him one clip. Plus, every few minutes it was like Moo would go, clip that.
Lordy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So we got 2 minutes of hate coming. I've got all kinds of reels of shit. So we've got plenty of stuff to look at and talk about. So let's but I want to focus on y'all and the chat. Brad Young, I see you there. Kimmy, thank you for the coffee you purchased not too long ago. It for some reason the coffee thing didn't notify me, and then I finally got notified. So thank you very much. Very sweet. People are so nice, man. You know, and I appreciate the money because we fucking need it now.
I'm probably gonna have to pull you off to the side after the stream I raid. I cannot get buy me coffee to work for me for shit.
Okay, I'll help you with that, man. I got a hot water heater, a new hot water heater coming tomorrow, and get put in. Uzi and I have been without hot water for a week.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, Gunfox
Cold
tips
showers.
another 20. Thank you, Gun
Whoa.
Fox. Okay, let's hear
Oh,
Becca
man.
rant. 3.6 trillion in Democrat Green New Deal. Millions of illegals getting welfare and pushing solar energy, aka China pay. China pay. You know what they say about China?
China is asshole.
All right,
It's China.
fair enough.
China sucks.
He just put in chat, Becca rant incoming.
Just the government.
Or coming soon. He wants you to rant about it. Get it,
He usually gets me to rant. When I stream, he sends me the most horrendous articles.
You know that's right.
I'm just waiting to record something. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's like, okay, so I'm all right, so it's time to do the 2 minutes, I guess, if we'll go ahead and do that. People keep going into this, okay. Things keep popping up and I keep having to click on them and it's like I'm like a squirrel. It's kind of like a dog. You know?
Oh, wow.
Squirrel. Asherella, you've got 2 minutes.
Yes.
You ready to go?
I am so ready to go.
All right, 3, 2, and
Okay, so I have a regular YouTube channel where I regularly upload videos, and every now and then, like, something will happen to my channel, and like I will get comments and views stripped. I uploaded a video earlier this week that was like sexy Halloween costume fails part 2, right? Just some random video where I talk about stupid Halloween costumes that should not be made sexy. And I uploaded it the next morning. I wake up and it's like, oh, you have 8 comments. And so I go to my comment section and I've got 2. And I had like 90 some views. And then I check it later in the day and I only have like 80 some views. And then later on, like right now it says I have like 14 or 15 comments and only 3 of them are showing up like in my comment section, and I'll get the notification for it. I go to like my YouTube studio and they're not showing up there after I get the notification for it. So I'm getting like my comment section is getting censored. I'm getting view stripped. I'm getting like all of this, like I don't like, my channel is not offensive. I don't talk about anything I'm not supposed to talk about, really. Like it's just the things, I always say it's the things that consume my heart and my mind. And I'm not doing anything against any type of community guidelines. I'm not talking about the condition of the world other than like cultural type things, you know, and like stupid shit. And I am getting all of this censorship on my channel and I don't know why. And it's really fucking frustrating me. This happened to me, you know, a while back, and I actually had made a video on it, and then it let up and my comments and stuff were going through, and it's gradually gotten worse over the past like handful of videos that I've done. And now it's so bad right now. I don't know what to do. I don't know why it's happening, and it is really, really frustrating me and really pissing me off. And that is my 2 minutes of hate-ish.
actually that's pretty goddamn good. Minute 57 seconds.
Nice. Pretty close.
Yeah, and I just hit the end. It was right at 2 minutes. So top that, people.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. Like, what the hell? And like, it's not, you know how they have like held for review. Sorry, I'm going on. But like, if somebody uses like curse words or something like that in the comment section, it'll be held for review so you can like publish it. They're not showing up there. They're just like vanishing.
If you're in the chat right now, give me a fuck Susan in the comments. Just because. I'm serious. Awesome. Yes, YouTube's analytics don't update views like they should. No shit, man. All right, so where are we at? B for Becca. Epic rant.
I have nothing.
You don't have. You just said you were.
I've been working. The only rant I have, it has to do with work. It's the same old, same old. All right, so I fired a bunch of people. So I had to hire people, and the boss decided, okay, we can't keep these paralegals because you're not here training them. Fuck the attorneys real hard, real dry in their asses because they are so fucking hands off but they want me to train their paralegals to the way they want them. And each attorney is different. And I know each of their systems, but fuck you. I don't have time. I have my own caseload. But so I called in some paralegals I interviewed months ago, hired them. I brought in the attorneys into the follow-up interview and told them, okay, you get to pick your paralegals. You get to fucking train them. Like, I'm done. Hands off. You guys want to bitch because I keep hiring the wrong people, then you do it. I am not salary. I am contract. I am not on the payroll as a fucking employee. I'm a contract worker. And that was all to the agreement between me and the boss man, so that way I can work from home. But because of these fucking attorneys not doing what they're supposed to do, because they are all high and mighty, but yet want to bitch because their paralegals aren't doing their damn jobs, I have to now work from the office this month. So I have been raising all kinds of fucking hell.
It's actually very...
What?
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. It's actually very common, though, for attorneys specifically to just be completely ignorant of the jobs of the people around them.
And while Becca was ranting, hold on. Kimmy tips $30. Thank you so much, Miss Kimmy. Yeah, send in love, heart. Hope this helps. It does. Thank you so much. You're awesome. All right. Continue.
Well, my thing is, we've had these attorneys for a while. There's never been an issue, but now that my presence has left the office and I'm not as hands-on as I was in the beginning, they have switched to this cocky attitude. And none of them were like that before. So now there's talk that I'm permanently going to stay in this office, not just for the month, but permanently, to the point where Boss Man is looking for a new building so that way we can accommodate everybody. So I've been raising all kinds of hell in the office. I threatened 2 attorneys this week to fire them because I have that fucking power. And all of a sudden they stepped in line and they were hands-on again and they're dealing with their paralegals. So it's not that they don't know how or don't know what their people are supposed to be doing. They got really fucking lazy because I wasn't there playing mommy to them, telling them what their duties and responsibilities were. Well, the thing is, I'm top
I said
bitch.
that, but my mic was muted. I was like, whoa.
I am top bitch in that office.
Yeah.
So, and they were all hired on and told that. And top bitch went away to work at home.
Yeah.
I had to come back and remind them and slap them around a little bit. But it's really wearing me down because it's like I'm dealing with fucking proclaimed adults and none of them are adulting. So it's frustrating. I've been working from 6 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night all this week, and it's draining.
Way too much. All the time.
Well, because I have to. I've been training the new paralegals and retraining attorneys, which means I can't work on my cases, and I have deadlines, so I have no other choice but to work. And because I'm contract, I don't get overtime. I just get paid by the hour. So I'm working my ass off, and it's very frustrating. So, Uzi, I only made 1 attorney cry this week. The goal is to get all 5 of them crying.
That's right.
I bet his name is
next
Bob.
week.
Sorry, I put that word out there. I'm being, I don't know what word am I looking for, being provocative, I guess. You know?
I mean, it's bad when Boss Man is sitting next to you in the conference room and he starts the meeting off as, I'm just going to let Becca dry fuck you all right now. And that's how the meeting started. That's serious. He's to the point where he's so frustrated because his law license is on the line. And these attorneys have grown so lazy and their paralegals are so fucking retarded that they're making so many mistakes. It could cause him to lose his license. So Yeah, we were very blunt and direct to the point where one attorney was crying because I threatened them directly. It was like, you are so fucking worthless.
Well,
And a paralegal.
It wasn't a male, was it?
It was a dude. I told him he was so
You made him
worthless.
cry like a little bitch.
Yeah, because I told him he was a waste of space and he shouldn't be allowed to breathe anymore because a paralegal has to tell him how to do his fucking job.
Holy
So
shit.
that's how heated we got in the meeting. So and then I was like, sorry, you may lose your license anyway because
Game
I'm not
of Thrones, fuck.
I was
Game
not
of
being
Thrones is
PC.
Yeah, you need
at
to
all.
write that shit down.
I violated a lot of employer laws, I think. But
Becca, what type of law does your like firm practice?
we focus on civil mostly. We do have a couple criminal, but we mostly focus on first person property law, which is property damage caused by storms. So we sue insurance companies.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah. And we have a lot of offshoot cases like maritime law, family law, a few criminal, but for the most part, everybody focuses on the property law. So. And I think we're gonna take on probate. I don't know. We'll see.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, and I think that's what
sounds like a lot of money on the line. Yeah.
I mean, there's licenses on the line, there's money on the line, there's all kinds of risk involved for everybody to act like they're just there to collect a paycheck. So
right.
And I've been with Boss Man for 10 years. So, and it started as just me and him. And then these new attorneys, as they each came in, he was like, look, she may just have a paralegal degree, but I can guarantee you she's smarter than you. And you want her as an ally, not an enemy. Because that's
you don't have to go to law
how...
school to become a lawyer. You just got to pass the bar exam.
Well,
you should go take the bar, Becca.
It's enticing, but I don't want the responsibility either.
You just to like lord it above them. You know what I mean? Be like, I just went to school to be a paralegal and I passed the bar. Get your shit together. You have like fancy educations and these big degrees. Fuck y'all.
You ever watch Better Call Saul? I'm Sal.
There's an attorney here that has billboards up. He does like DUIs and stuff like that. And he has billboards that's like, better call Frank. His name's like Frank Lay. And then he's got another one of his like in the firm. Her name's Jordan. And she has billboards that's like, better call Jordan. And it's like, they came out after Better Call Saul came out, and like I'm like, that is like basically admitting guilt. You know what I mean? If you hire this attorney, he might get you off, but everybody's gonna know you did it.
I love that line where he says, Jesse tells Walter, he goes, man, we need a criminal attorney. He goes, yeah, exactly. No, man, we need a criminal attorney. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why, I think I actually like Better Call Saul a lot more than they like Breaking Bad.
Better Call Saul is really
better.
It's a completely different, art form, and the storytelling is great. It's like I don't know, man. It's a brilliant, it's a well written show, and it's well acted, and all the characters, are very, very, very three-dimensional. Love it shit. Love good shit. Just love it. That's right. Like Excel loves good bourbon. Chigon, you got 2 minutes of hate?
Not. I mean, I can try.
She's all love. She's got the
It's always so like.
I don't really have a lot of hate. Actually, I didn't have anything until today. My sister texted me and told me that where she works, they're gonna be asked to get the vaccine, and she does not have it, and she doesn't want to get it. So that kind of bummed me out a bit. But anyway, I was like, just like do like a religious exemption, you know, try that or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
In the third hour, y'all, you're gonna want to like, dude. There's a real reason for religious exemption now. All right, and we're gonna get into that shit.
Like good news for
If you've gotten the Pfizer shot and you're a Catholic, maybe not. I'll say it that way. But yeah, I've got a whole bunch of stuff for when we flop over to Odyssey. So and I'll put the Odyssey link in the chat before we split, okay? But that's I've decided to start doing it that way, and then that way, you know, we make Susan happy, and we just shit on Joe Biden just a little bit, just enough, because he's the worst president I've ever encountered in my life. I mean, seriously, I was born and raised under the Johnson administration, went through the fucking Nixon shit, went through Jimmy Carter, and it was like, okay, went through Reagan, and it was like, he's an old fuck, you know. Back in the day when I was younger, I didn't realize, you know, exactly what he did for this country, right? And then let's see, it was HW for one. Got to be a kinder, gentler America, right? And then Clinton, and y'all know the rest. You know, it's like
but Biden is the worst, right?
Oh my God, you know, to be honest, like it had been a tie between and Jimmy Carter for last place, and Biden is just he's
taking
just,
last place and run with it. He fucking hit the ground running.
I mean, he's below the deck.
He's like, how can I be worse than I was last week?
Exactly. I really think
he doesn't remember last week.
He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. That's what the deal is. Anyway, Excel, you got 2 minutes of hate because Shagon's done.
Well, you know, some people went a little bit over. If I had to actually explain my hate, it's going to take a little bit more than 2 minutes. So I'm going to start with everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living a dream. And I'm done.
Okay.
We've all seen the Lego movie.
All right, stop and reset. All right, Mr. Trippy Poop. You bringing up Mr. Cleanup over here. Bat and Cleanup. The one and only Trippy Poop. You ready to go, buddy?
Yeah, I used to be an anchor bowler in school. I don't really have much heat, man.
We got people over on Twitch. I see Johnny Bonsaco says hey.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey, Deluxe 247 TW. Roasted. And Kimmy, of course.
Did you guys know that Johnny Bonsaco is bi-curious?
I did not know that.
The way Trippy says stuff is just so convincing.
Does Johnny Bonsaco know that?
Absolutely. By now, as many times as I typed it to him in chats, he's probably probably knows it.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, just bi-curious. I mean, he doesn't want to go all the way, but
just a tip.
He's so crazy.
Yeah. Just a tip, not all the way to the ball. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh.
That's not what Dumbbeard said, though, is it? He did say just a tip the first time. But,
oh, Kimmy says my butt's been
Wait,
wet.
what?
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Never just a tip.
Shut
Hold on, Kimmy wants a clip, I think.
My butt's been wet.
My butt's been wiped.
His butt's been wiped.
I still don't understand what was going on with that because I've only heard the clip. Is there like more to this story or what?
No, he just wanted the
It's something
reporter
that
to
needs
know.
some context.
He just really wanted the reporter to know about his butt being wiped.
Well,
Does he
okay,
say
I think
something
he
else?
just came off of a flight
Hey, Bunny.
and he was approaching the press pool on the tarmac, and that just came out of his mouth.
Like, are we hearing it wrong or something?
No,
Or did he actually say that? Like,
He actually says that. So when you see the news clip on YouTube and you turn on subtitles, that is what he says.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Like he said that walking up to the press pool. Like there was no prompting that. He just said it as he was walking up. So.
Yep. Yeah, because she was asking about immigration. See?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
She's immigration.
So Trippy, you got 2 minutes? Because we need to, let's go in and jump in the video room and get rolling on this here visuals.
Do it.
You ready?
Yeah, I don't have any hate this week, man. I've been having good weeks.
Yeah, good, man.
Yay.
That's good, man.
Good blood sugars, all that shit, man. Good stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and we're going to let this little cream stream little thing pop in. And...
I mean, you know, now that Johnny knows that he's bicurious.
BC Johnny. That's right, it's bicurious Johnny. Come on down.
Oh my God.
He does comment about my voice. He wants me to do ASMR.
I mean, he's always calling dudes sexy bitches. So
He is.
Dude.
I love you, bro.
Hey,
moment.
look, I don't care who faps to my voice, okay? As long as the money's good.
As long as they don't send you a video.
Microphones on Twitch.
Oh, nobody cap that, please. Look, it's too late.
Oh,
All
we need an irate clip.
We do.
Maybe one of these days.
I like your effeminate voice. I write.
Which
I
one?
do too. It's my favorite.
You like
Yeah.
that? It's
Oh,
Brian
yeah.
Stelter, for God's sakes. It's not feminine. I'm all man.
I told you,
I'm married.
weirdly.
I've got a wife. I mean, really, what's wrong? I just want to smell Donnie's finger.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, Beard and I really like that too.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Don Lemon is so fucking dumb. Anyway,
Unlimited, borderline, yeah. He's
All
got to be on the spectrum.
All right, so we're gonna. You know what? I want to go ahead and we're gonna make the playback a little fast on this one. All right. All right. Just we'll make it faster. All right. We'll back it down slower. Slower.
All right.
One more. Here we go. All right. You ready? Good. All right. It's and what that's Goat Man. That's right. That's right. Your eggplant's squirting everywhere. Or is that a pickle? It's green. What the fuck?
A cucumber.
It's a
cucumber.
It's a cuke.
Yeah.
Overseas now, and particularly to the United States, a recent poll in Iowa shows a disapproval rating for President Joe Biden has fallen to 62%.
At how the American people think Joe Biden is doing as president, and these new poll numbers, frankly, are brutal for the president.
Even President Biden's allies in the media forced to finally confront his tanking approval ratings.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins us live. Good morning, Joe. Let's go ahead and pull up some of those brutal numbers, if you will. 38% approval rating, 39% of people approve of Biden's handling of the economy. 44% of respondents think he's honest, and 55% think Biden is not competent in running the government. Numbers like that are tough to swallow for some people. Joe?
Yeah, and numbers tend to behave, right? And you look at Jake Tapper is now actually trending this morning, Jillian. I'm like, why is Jake Tapper trending? And then you look, the far left is angry that Tapper actually reported the numbers and called them brutal. Well, what else can you call these numbers? I mean, they are what they are. I'll give you a couple more. Does the president have good leadership skills? 41% say yes, 56% say no.
Right. More than not working for us.
What? Can you not hear it?
No, we can't.
We can't see it or hear it. Mine says stream paused.
What the fuck? All right, hold on. Let's try that back again.
Do over.
All right, we're gonna back it up because it's talking about Biden's. All right, I'll start from the beginning because I got to get your reactions on this shit, right?
Yeah.
And Johnny Bonsaco did tip $10. Thank you, sir. He said, "Fat, fat, fat, fat." What? What? Did I hear you call my name, you sexy bitch? Irate. Do it again. Do it again. Do that Johnny Bond thing you do so well, my man. When I say Johnny Bond, you say Sacco. Johnny Bond. Johnny Bond. That's right.
Go.
Johnny
See,
Bond.
that's the only one that consistently does it.
Sorry.
They were hearing it on the stream. They
Fail.
said, okay, so the problem is internal. All right. The stream is still running, and we're going to play this now. All right, is everybody hooked in?
It looks like it's working. It looks like it's gonna.
All right. All right. So what? All right. It's been freezing up. It froze up the other night during XD. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize Discord. Okay. I think it has to do with all these scripts running on the screen. Okay. And
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to try that, and I'll be
Heading overseas now, and particularly to the United States.
Can y'all see that now and hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
States, a recent poll in Iowa shows a disapproval rating for President Joe Biden has fallen to 62%.
At how the American people think Joe Biden is doing as president, and these new poll numbers, frankly, are brutal for the president.
Even President Biden's allies in the media forced to finally confront his tanking approval ratings.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins us live. Good morning, Joe. Let's go ahead and pull up some of those brutal numbers, if you will. 38% approval rating, 39% of people approve of Biden's handling of the economy, 44% of respondents think he's honest, and 55% think Biden is not competent in running the government. Numbers like that are tough to swallow for some people. Joe?
Yeah, and numbers tend to behave, right? And you look at Jake Tapper is now actually trending this morning, Jillian. I'm like, why is Jake Tapper trending? And then you look, the far left is angry that Tapper actually reported the numbers and called them brutal. Well, what else can you call these numbers? I mean, they are what they are. I'll give you a couple more. Does the president have good leadership skills? 41% say yes, 56% say no. More than half of Americans, 55% to 42%, think that the Biden administration, so not just the president, but the administration as a whole, is not competent in running.
That's Quinnipiac poll, y'all.
Most votes ever, right?
Yeah, more than Obama.
The government,
70-something million.
It's 23% approval on the border, 34%.
23% approval on the border.
No, you guys are completely missing that 100% of registered deceased voters are still in support of Joe Biden.
No shit.
Indeed. And they will vote for him again.
On foreign policy. These are numbers. Remember, we're looking at basically a full-term pregnancy as long as the president has been in office. This isn't like 3-4 years in, second term, people are fatigued. This is 9 months in. He came in with vaccines, a roaring economy.
Speaking of Qigong,
people thought, okay, the first year is going to be pretty good for Joe Biden given those factors, and instead he's underwater on everything, including COVID now, and the president's handlers really need to change course, or else you're looking at a red tsunami in 2022 in the midterms, and in 2024 you're looking at a serious primary challenge to Biden if he runs, which a lot of people don't think he will, and then plan B is Kamala Harris, who somehow polls worse in almost every poll that you look at.
Hopefully for Jake Tapper's sake, the unhinged left doesn't follow him into a bathroom or on a plane like they did to Kirsten Sinema.
I'll be back.
So then we want to talk to you real quick.
Hi, actually, I am heading out.
Right now is the real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
Michael.
We knocked on doors. We need solutions. The Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need. We knocked on doors for you to get you elected. And just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
We need 7 billion citizenship for 7 million. We need the Build Back Better plan right now.
My name is Blanca. I was brought here to the United States when I was 3 years old. And in 2010, my grandparents both got deported because of SB 1070. And I'm here because I definitely believe that we need.
Can I take a shit in peace?
This pathway to citizenship. My grandfather
around with that stank.
passed away 2 weeks.
Saying you can't record other people in the fucking public bathroom.
Yes, it's absolutely illegal.
Yeah.
Usually.
Can't
And
imagine.
I'm so sorry that you were brought over illegally and now you can't go see your dying grandparents.
And I didn't
Sounds
even,
like your parents are fucktards and it's a personal problem.
I didn't even do a thing about this. Did y'all hear about the shooter in Texas this week?
Yes.
Yeah, it ended up that he was African American, and then they tried to
shooter?
and then they tried to make it okay and say he was. Uzi Q's Lovely Locks tips $5. Okay, thanks Uzi Q's Lovely Locks. And her bagels are better. But all right. So what was I talking about? Damn it!
The school shooter in Texas.
Shooter in Texas. Yeah. All right. So he's African American. And then they're trying to spin and that he was bullied, and now he got off on bail. How many school shooters have we gotten off of bail?
The one in Santa Fe, Texas, not too far away from me, was held the entire time. There was no bail.
I literally have zero issue with him getting bail. It is a constitutional right.
His constitutional right to get home.
I don't think that he got bail. I think it's
He
the
got
reason
bail.
that he
It
got
is.
bail.
Yeah. Well,
You
he
know,
also he got in trouble for aggravated assault.
Yes.
That's
I
what
said
they
it.
There's
posted
a
on
lot
there.
of problems here.
Instead
Also,
of
his bill is
attempted murder.
75,000, and Kyle right now says 2 million. So, what?
That's fucking
right?
ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, like, what if
because
this guy was
he-
white? Just saying.
Once again, I
Yeah.
completely agree that that's like, why is Kyle's bail so much higher? Whenever you look at the video and you're like, he has a very plausible self-defense claim.
Right.
Nevertheless, like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like the other side where they're like, Kyle Rittenhouse murdered 2 people. How is he free to go? And I was like, yeah, it's the constitutional right of bail. Like,
Yeah, but this guy shot 3 people and walked away with aggravated assault.
Well,
it doesn't
because
matter. Like,
Instead
bail
of
is bail is
I
a
don't know.
constitutional right until proven
Yeah. Bail is one thing, but I'm saying that was attempted murder, not assault with a deadly weapon or aggravated assault.
No, like,
I mean, like, I agree with you,
disagree.
Excel. Like, it's, yeah.
Me neither.
Like, you should have that. You have our constitutional rights.
All right, let's keep rolling.
To go, and I was not able to go to Mexico and visit him because there is no pathway to citizenship. And if we have the opportunity to pass it right now, then we need to do it because there's millions of undocumented people just like me who share the same story or even worse things that happen to them because of SB 1070 and because of anti-immigrant legislation. And this is the opportunity to pass it right now. And we need to hold you accountable to what you told us, what you promised us that you were going to pass when we knocked on doors for you. It's not right.
I don't think she knocked on any doors.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of human trafficking, and it's because of the lack of worker protections that we don't have in the gig economy. I need you to stand by workers. Lots of people who are like me.
We lost this.
I don't think it should be
The
mandatory.
video.
I wouldn't demand it be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power.
That's a
Just like I don't
Discord
think
thing, I think.
masks have to be made mandatory nationwide.
Can we mandate vaccines across the country? No, that's not a role that the federal government, I think, even has the power to make.
We cannot require someone to be vaccinated. That's just not what we can do. It is a matter of privacy to know who is or who isn't.
No, definitely not. You don't want to mandate and try and force anyone to take a vaccine. We've never done that. We don't want to be mandating from the federal government to the general population. It would be unenforceable and not appropriate.
These requirements work. And as the Business Roundtable others told me when I announced the first requirement, that encouraged businesses to feel they could come in and demand the same thing of their employees. More people are getting vaccinated. More lives are being saved. Let's be clear. When you see headlines and reports of mass firings and hundreds of people losing their jobs, look at the bigger story. I've spoken with Scott Kirby, CEO of United Airlines, who's here today. United went from 59% of their employees to 99% of their employees in less than 2 months after implementing the requirement. 99%.
It's because he fired all the people that wouldn't vaccinate or get the you know what I'm saying? If you've got 59% and you fire the 41% that won't do it, you've got 100%.
Yeah, imagine that. The percentage goes up when you get rid of the problem children.
Hello, man. These motherfuckers play with numbers like I used to play with my thingy. I'm not going there.
Don't focus on the people that lost their jobs. Focus on how the number improved. It's the dumbest.
All right, and here's all right. So this is like 2 or 3 different places where he was like driving through, and they're like saying "fuck Joe Biden" and stuff. And this is more of that thing where he talks about that. And then there's more going through here. All right, then check this guy out. We don't have to listen to his testimony, but I thought it was really, it hit me in a good way.
I'd like to address comments made by my friend from Georgia on the other side. I think if we're going to ever get to resolving the issues we have in the black community, we got to be honest, my friends. We just heard that a pushback on the fact that we're getting black men in the black community not doing their job. Well, let me give you the facts real quick. First of all, when I was growing up in the 60s, we led the country and then committed to marriage over 70%. Black women could rely on getting married more than white women until 1970. We now have between 70 to 80% of black fathers who desert their families. And we're not willing to be honest about that. We're not willing to say that these guys need to man up. Maybe when we start telling our kids that they're being nothing but whiners, weenies, and wimps if men cannot take care of their own kids, that might be a good start.
I reject the words
Well,
of
let me
this gentleman.
please, Mr. Chairman, I call for order.
Reject the words
I call
of this
for order.
gentleman.
We right now, the facts are in.
Mr. Biggs has the time.
The facts are in. Facts. Black fathers, 70 to 80% are deserting their families. Talk to these black single women out there and see what they think about this. We sit in this little bubble where we're living a life, we're married, many of us, and we cannot be honest about what's happening in our urban communities. while these kids are growing up with no fathers, no example.
Solutions?
At the end of the day, there's a reason why our kids are being led toward these options of hopelessness. And for us to sit here in 2021, no, not right now, I'm sorry, let me just finish. To sit here in 2021 and not point out the fact that we have fatherless homes. We have 70 to 80%. These are the facts, my friends. 70 to 80% will not marry the mothers of their children. And instead would probably try to convince them so they dissolve them from their issues to go and get an abortion. We've lost 20 million black babies over the last 40 years. 40% of my race has been exterminated because we don't have men that'll sit there and say, I'll take care of my kids. I'll protect my child. I'll make sure they grow up and get a good education. I'll make sure they're protected in my home and not leave it to their mother to do it on their own. And if we can't be honest about that, how in the world are we going to ever get this thing taken care of? I'll tell you what, you can start seeing black men, that 30% that's still left, the really good, solid fathers, we're standing up. We're changing this trajectory. We're sick and tired of people looking at us as this is a normal thing that we just don't do our job as men. Be aware, we're waking up. And that's going to be a change in the coming years. We're going to start seeing black men really commit to their families, their kids, the mothers of their children, and being the productive Americans we were back when I was growing up.
SB 8 has not only caused a near total abortion ban in Texas, it has made it extremely dangerous to be pregnant in Texas, where our maternal morbidity and mortality rate is already unconscionably high, especially for black women and pregnant people of color. Texas deserves better. I know firsthand that abortion saves lives. For the thousands of people I've cared for, abortion is a blessing. Abortion is an act of love. Abortion is freedom. We need federal protection now. We need laws that elevate science and evidence and recognize the dignity and autonomy of people accessing care.
What's your opinion on capital punishment?
The Women's Health.
2, 3. I wear a mask to school. I wear a mask to school. Hi ho the Dario. I wear a mask.
Yeah, really creative fucking teacher.
She sounds like she might be Jewish. I'm just saying.
I know the Dario.
Yeah, like super.
Boy, creativity is out the wazoo, man.
To school. It helps to keep me safe. It helps to keep me safe. Hi ho the Dario. It helps to keep me safe. It keeps my friends safe.
There's more
It
words.
keeps my friends safe. Hi ho the Dario. It keeps my friends safe. And let me see a hooray! Put your hands up in the air!
All right.
And that's
I didn't
why I said that.
Gotta program those kids.
Check this out.
Thank you all very much.
The
It's going to be a
kids
eventful
are
day.
like,
Perhaps I'll see you along the way. Hi. See you along the way. Think positively, okay?
She's hot
I'd
as
still be
shit.
asking her about when she got her hair done. I wouldn't let her live it down.
Dude, she's high as hell. And she's drunk.
All right, so I stumbled across some fun things on clinicaltrials.gov.
That's Felicity.
Come
I
with
say
me.
hi to.
This is the first one.
This is clinicaltrials.gov.
Study done by Yale University about COVID-19 vaccine messaging. These messages were given to unvaccinated individuals to see if it would increase their willingness to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Here are some of the messages about getting your personal freedom back, economic freedom. It's in your best self-interest and your community's interest, but this one here, these last few are my personal favorite. Social experiments, social pressure experiments. Let's read. This message is about the danger the COVID-19 presents to the health of one's family and community. The best way to protect them is by getting vaccinated, and society must work together to get enough people vaccinated. Then, it asks the participant to imagine the guilt that they will feel if they do not get vaccinated and spread disease. This message goes on for embarrassment and anger, asking the participant to imagine those emotions if they they don't get the vaccine and spread disease, which is silly because you can still spread it if you're vaccinated, but I digress. These last two are my personal favorites. They're just the cherry on top here. Let's read. This message is about how getting vaccinated against COVID-19 is the most effective way at protecting one's community. Vaccination is backed by science. If one does not get vaccinated, that means that one does not understand how infections are spread and who ignores science. Bravery message. This message, which describes how firefighters, doctors, and frontline medical workers are brave, and those who choose not to get vaccinated against COVID-19 are not brave.
What?
Gaslighting and manipulation, if you ask me.
I'm a coward.
Here's
yo.
another one, pushing messages to minority populations by Mayo Clinic. Another one directed to Black and Brown communities. Another one giving healthcare workers the proper communication to push COVID vaccine. Some financial incentives based on race and gender. More incentives. More behavioral studies about increasing vaccination.
That they have solutions.
Hashtag Tuskegee fam.
All in line. Or else.
Yeah, and we got so the title of today's show is Let's Go Brandon, blah 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 blah. Let's go Brandon, blah 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 blah. Yeah, here, check it out.
That they have solutions to the climate crisis and that they are taking sufficient action. But we see through their lies and we see through their blah blah blah, and we are tired of it.
We see through their blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
I like how the Mike is wearing a mask. It's really important that Mike has a mask.
No shit. I got that too. All right, so here's the Brandon thing. This is all right. Talladega, Alabama.
Oh my God! It's just.
All right, this dude just won. I think.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
I see this coming.
Check this out. All right, so listen to what they're saying, and then listen to what the chick says that is questioning him from, the National Broadcasting Corporation.
Such an unbelievable moment.
Brandon, you also told me, as you can hear the chants from the crowd, let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to kind of hang back those first two stages and just watch and learn. What did you learn that helped you there in those closing laps?
Oh my God, it was learning how each line didn't stay to one. Everything shifted top to bottom so much that it was kind of like, okay, let's just stay patient where we're at and hope for the best. And
his hair looks stupid.
Oh, I have this one.
I played this one on Wednesday.
Yeah, you did.
You did that to the front of my fucking car.
Oh yeah?
I like it.
You did that.
What's funnier?
She's very
Funny. Usually when you rear end people, that's how this works. It's okay. I'm gonna call the cops real quick. But yeah, you're saying that I hit you from behind.
No, you hit me in the front of it. Remember when I was at red light? You went in front of me.
Remember?
Oh, yeah?
Remember what you did?
Okay.
Remember?
That's cool. Move the car from thing, and I'll call the cops for you.
Yeah, you guys, he threw his car in reverse and just backed into her because Lamborghini. Yeah,
That's
sure.
why you white people can get all this fucking privilege with this nice ass car.
Oh, you
White privilege, man.
That's my new fucking car.
Like, what race is she?
You are here.
She's Hispanic.
She's white too.
I know, right?
She's Hispanic.
You were here.
I'm tanner than
and she can't look.
I bet there's certain situations where she's white. Okay, I'm just saying.
Advantageous, yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No.
You were here, and
Right.
she can look. You see?
Top transgender doctors are sounding the alarm.
All right. And if you want to, we can kind of move through this one. But this is
Putting the well-being of children ahead of the left's radical agenda. In a bombshell interview, the medical experts say we've gone too far when it comes to the use of puberty blockers and gender procedures in young kids. But the establishment and the media won't listen to them. Why? Because anyone who questions whether or not a 9-year-old is too young to undergo reassignment surgery or dares object to a biological male competing in women's sports becomes a public enemy of the woke mob. No one knows that better than athletes Alana Smith and Selena Soul. They're fighting back against the unfair competition. They join me now along with their attorney, Christiana Holcomb. Thanks so much for coming on. Alana, tell me a little bit about what your story and experience has been.
My freshman year of high school, I competed against the two biological males, and it was just really demoralizing to know that all of my hard work and all the other female athletes' hard work wasn't paying off, and we were really just racing for second and third place, and we weren't going to get the spots that we truly deserve to get.
Selena, tell me about your experience.
I was forced to compete against biological males throughout all 4 years of high school, and I lost out on countless opportunities, primarily the opportunity to qualify for the regional New England championships in the 55-meter dash. If they weren't there, I would have qualified, and I've had to compete against these athletes over a dozen times, and every single time I lost without fail.
Christiana, it seems to me like this is a situation where you're forced to get involved in litigation and in fights that you never really want to as a distraction during your high school years and the like. What are the legal aspects of these fights as you see them playing out across the country?
Well, girls like Selena and Alana deserve to compete on a level playing field and have the same quality of opportunities that their brothers have. But Ben, as you and I both know, this issue is so much bigger than just sports. Radical activists, including those in the Biden administration, are threatening those who stand up for basic facts about biology and the fact that humans are either male or female. And, we see this ideology play out with real human cost. Women are being forced and trapped in prison cells with violent male criminals. We see parents who are either pushed out of the conversation entirely or are intimidated into putting their children on hormones or undergoing life-altering surgeries. Even women are broadly being dehumanized by being referred to as chest feeders or birthing people. And the list just goes on and on. So that's why Alliance Defending Freedom and a broad coalition are standing up for basic truth and basic biology and to protect women and girls like Selena and Alana.
Alana, tell me a little bit, and I'll ask this of you as well, Selena. What was the reaction among your friends, among your parents, among people you talked to when you tried to talk to them about the challenge of going through what seemed to be such an unfair experience?
Well, my friends and family supported what I was doing, and they thought it was great that I was fighting for women's sports and ensuring that we weren't becoming sidelined in our own sport. The only backlash I really got was on social media from people that I didn't know.
Selena, was it the same experience for you?
I had a very similar experience as Alana. I've gotten nothing but love and support from my friends and family. My parents have been fighting this alongside with me, and I also have only really gotten hate from social media, but I just focus on all the love and support.
So do you feel like this is one of those issues where the nationalized nature of social media, the internationalized nature of it, basically allows just about anybody in the world to take potshots at you, whether they know you or not, whether they're going to your school or part of your community or not, that's really what kind of drives this discussion now, as opposed to letting places decide, letting parents and students decide for themselves how things like this ought to be governed?
Let's go, Brandon.
I think that social media is a big factor in this because people get a boost of confidence by hiding behind a phone screen. But it's just a really unfortunate situation because it should be accepted that women's sports need to be kept as just women's sports.
Alana, in terms of your own experience, this has to be something that's discouraging, but have you taken some silver lining out of the fact that you've gotten that level of support that you mentioned from your friends and family?
Yeah, it makes me feel really proud that my story has made it so far, and that hopefully it'll help more female athletes to stand up so that change can be made quicker and so that women's sports can stay women's sports and we can continue to compete on a level playing field.
You know, it really seems to me like this is an issue that invades our communities and creates such hard questions for parents and for communities to face in ways that are really unfair to all of the girls who are involved. And I want to thank you both for being brave enough to stand up and to push back against what is an agenda that obviously has enormous backing from very powerful people, but really doesn't represent what the communities or parents or even the female students involved really want for their communities. Thank you all for joining me tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I just needed to record this. Please have your vaccine card ready to show cashier to make a purchase.
Where
I'm
is
the
this
motherfucking
exactly?
Burger King.
Besides it being Burger King?
Burger King.
Like, what state is
And
this?
these motherfuckers telling me I gotta be vaccinated. I gotta show my vaccine. This is crazy.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
I'm gonna starve without my Burger King, yo.
You guys cannot tell me that you're okay with this.
Oh, it's
This
brown
is
hair Captain
withholding
Grosso.
food from people. Like, that's where we're at. You guys are okay with withholding food from people? You know, in some areas, fast food is the only food that they do have. Convenience stores.
Not really
These are
true.
These are called food desert areas. There's
Yeah.
not really a good place to go and get groceries. So this is their main food source.
She's hurting her
in a lot of
argument.
areas of the United States.
I don't think there's any area where
cannot
you can
even
get
believe
Burger King
that we
but
are
not,
here again in
Walmart.
history. History repeats itself. When you outcast and you segregate an entire group of people because of something that they don't want forced into their body, you are no better than a Nazi yourself.
One reason I have so little trust in what the political
takes.
and media class say about global warming. There's actually good news today. Lots of rain in eastern Australia. The heaviest September falls for 5 years, we're told.
Heavy rain and severe thunderstorms are on the way for large parts of eastern Australia.
It's going to turn to frogs gay.
Now, most journalists may have forgotten what I'm about to say, but I haven't forgotten that September 14 years ago, almost to this very day, was when we had a drought and the media was saying, actually, don't call it a drought, call it a permanent dry, because this is our new climate with global warming. And they kept this up for a
Permanent
year or
dry?
two. The Sydney Morning Herald next
Not
year
a
claiming that this drought may never break, quoting all these experts. And so many people went along with that fake scare, not just the Bureau of Meteorology, politicians, the Water Services Association, very critical organisation, represents people bringing you your water, said that the urban water industry decided the inflows of the past, inflows to dams, they'll never return. No one predicted, they said, how savagely low inflows would be under climate change. And that's why no new dams were built.
Climate change.
They built hugely expensive desal plants instead. Because, as Melbourne Water put it, climate change means investing billions of dollars in another rainfall-dependent water source, like a dam, in the face of rapidly changing climate patterns, and that's very risky.
Man, climate change exists in this and this only. There's 4 of them every year. Okay?
Well, climate change is natural change, if you ask me. That's what I say. That shit is natural as fuck. The climate will change over time. It has in the past.
How about this? All right, here's my theorem. All right, this is my big brain answer here. Okay, so 4 billion years ago, the Earth is formed, and you know, in a couple, 2 or 3 billion years, you know, there were dinosaurs. And the average temperature on the planet, the surface of the Earth, was like, I want to say it's like 120 degrees, 130, right? And it was real.
Probably.
Yeah.
And the air was different, and like lots of shit was different. The planet was completely different.
Yeah,
You're gonna
like
tell
the
me that the
oxygen
climate
level was way higher.
Yeah. You know what it
to
was,
support
Chacon?
such large bodies.
It was all those fucking cars that the dinosaurs were driving.
I mean, ultimately, like the Earth is gonna be fine. Like if we all die, it's fine.
Oh yeah, it probably wouldn't get better. Is my thing. Like if every human stopped doing whatever we were doing, I don't think
you
the Earth
interrupted me, Trippy. All right.
Sorry.
So all right, we had that exists, and then there's this, you know, this event of like a major sized meteor hits the Earth and causes, you know, what they call a nuclear type winter. And then of course the ice age happens, and ice ages come and go anyway. And you know, so
okay,
we're still thawing out from that shit.
Yeah, there's still climate scientists that will tell you that too. That we're
Yes.
still leaving the last ice age.
Yeah, we're probably due for one of those. That's like actually something to worry about. Is like Yellowstone blowing, you know, like a super volcano, which would
Oh my gosh.
the ash
Yeah.
would like cover the whole Earth.
Dude.
You know what would be the quickest is a single solar flare that's just big enough. That's it. We'd be
There's
fucked
just
for a
lots of
long
shit to worry
time.
about.
We'd be fucked for, I think they said
Yeah, you
like
can't
15
tax
years.
volcanoes.
Yeah, I love this blonde dude here. All right, so Greta is returns to Youth Climate
And at
Summit.
9 a.m. Do not miss his most excellent segment there, Ice Age Watch. Rowan Dean, Greta Thunberg's speech. What did you make of it?
Well, Andrew, it was fascinating because I loved what Matt Canavan said earlier on your show. And by the way, doesn't it break our hearts that we don't have Matt Canavan as our Prime Minister? We have such great talent there, and it's squandered on the backbench. But anyway, Matt Canavan quite rightly said that when somebody doesn't have an answer, they just don't say anything. You know, they go silent because they can't give the correct answer. Well, Greta Thunberg has done both ends of the spectrum. She's got nothing to say about what to do on climate change. She's got nothing to say about what is actually happening on climate change. So in both instances, she just says nothing. She says blah, blah, blah. And by the way, I agree with her that those slogans, net zero and build back better and all the rest, are incredibly irritating. But they're not, unfortunately, blah, blah, blah. They're not nothing. They are really, really dangerous slogans. And behind these dangerous slogans, which she sees as meaningless, are in fact the most damaging and destructive forces, economic forces, which even our treasurer is now playing along with. So the blah, blah, blah that she talks about, rather than addressing the issues and saying, I don't think we should be doing, but anyway, rather than saying what things are happening on reducing emissions, she just offers nothing, just blah, blah, blah. What does she do about it, or what is the solution to this supposed problem that doesn't exist? She offers nothing either. She just simply says action, action, action. The cry of every despot, every dictator, every communist, every socialist, every Marxist. Come on, what do we want? We want it now. Action, action. But no specifics around what that action might actually entail. This is dangerous demagogic stuff, and it's vacuous. There is no argument. There's no discussion. It's simply blah, blah, blah.
No, I think you're right at picking up on something you said there. I think it's intellectually lazy. It's not just her, it's the whole movement she preaches to. It's not right to say that nothing's been done because, look, unfortunately, all the beautiful landscapes are ruined by wind farms. But she seems actually bored or contemptuous of any attempt by politicians to design policies that people can actually live with. And I suspect the ones she would like would take a dictator to impose if she actually has gone to the bother of thinking what they are. And in fact, Rowan, I want you to listen to this because I think Thunberg is paving the way to a kind of dictatorship of the proletariat, or rather some global warming woke extremists. Have a listen to this.
And the climate crisis is, of course, only a symptom of a much larger crisis. A sustainability crisis, a social crisis, a crisis of inequality that dates back to colonialism and beyond.
Vague terms, nothing concrete.
A crisis based on the idea that some people are worth more than others and therefore have the right to exploit and steal other people's land and resources.
Sounds like a fucking blah, blah, blah.
It is very naive to believe that we can solve this crisis without confronting.
Because she never offers any solutions.
No,
ever. I don't think
never.
I've ever heard her.
Well, no, you can't offer solutions and continue to be, some kind of rising star.
Dare
in the
you?
left
You have
sphere.
stolen my dreams.
Well, that appears to be the common theme between activists. It's always down with this, change this, but they offer nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
They have no solutions. All they're about is agitating. And
I wanna change, but
it's about destabilization, in my opinion.
And then
Yeah,
she'll
it's
also
always-
bitch.
I want to change, but I want you to figure out what change that should be.
Yeah.
Well, it's dumb.
Oh my god, they're like that about race too.
I'm
Like
not
you
gonna do
figure
your
it out.
research for you. Do
She
your
says in
own
that
research,
same-
man.
She says in that same speech thing that she's doing that politicians should not be the only ones, or should not be allowed to make these decisions. It's like, well, if they what?
Yeah, it's up to the kids.
Ron, it seems
because
to me that what
adults
you're
aren't
hearing
taking care of
there,
them
the same
and
thing's
taking
happening with global warming as with Black Lives Matter movement. You find, if you look deep enough, it's a new front for the modern Marxist.
Oh, 100%. And, she comes from a family of proud Marxists and agitators for a socialist world government. So she's singing from the song she's always sung from. It's a bit like, the Swedes are very...
It amazes me, these rich socialists out there that are literally filthy rich people. Her mom's an opera singer, I believe. I can't remember what her dad does, but it's something that has to do with...
Isn't he a director?
Or something shit like that.
Playwright or something?
Yeah.
He's in the fine arts.
He's out there with Harvey Weinstein and bitches.
Sad elitist. Well, obviously, mommy likes to drink a lot. You know what I'm saying? You can just fetal alcohol is a thing, y'all.
Good at this. You on board?
Yeah,
You know,
she looks like it too.
Yeah, no shit.
Same game of tennis every year for 5 years. ABBA, I'm upset some people saying this, but they sang the same song for a decade or so. Greta Thunberg is singing the same old Marxist tune over and over again, and that tune is simply, we are dissatisfied, we want power for ourselves because we hate everything the way the world is now. And it is riddled. It's a shame because she's being obviously used. She's whatever age she is now, 18, 19, I'm not sure, but she is singing the Marxist hymn book. It's the same old redistribution of wealth, power to the proletariat, dismantled capitalism, and the only thing she missed out was racism, but I'm sure she'll get that into the next speech.
Without a doubt, colonialism is already a way into it. Rowan, I mentioned at the top of the show how Australia's brutal lockdowns and Victoria's brutal policing of them is getting noticed in the US. So it's been noticed on Fox News, for instance. In fact, it's been even mocked on the famous Babylon Bee satirical website. Our hospitals over capacity with people beaten by police for not wearing masks. And as I said at the top, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis describing us as a police state like China. A little bit over the top, but here he is.
Sorry, rational, wrong.
You guys look what's going on in Australia right now. They're enforcing, after a year and a half, they're still enforcing lockdowns by the military. I mean, is Australia freer than China, communist China right now?
No.
Rowan, what's happening here seems to be shocking the world more than it shocks our own politicians.
And that's so, the failure of leadership by Scott Morrison is just mind-blowing. He should be calling this all out. We talk about Marxism. This is the Marxist solution to suppressing dissent, suppress any opinions that are different to your own. There we see, funnily enough, Andrew, those thugs in Victoria in your state, those police thugs throwing people to the ground, spraying capsicum spray in women's faces, kicking them around. It's just horrible stuff. This is what we can look forward to with the climate change crisis. We have to have the police will be in there doing that to make sure we don't use too many carbon emissions.
Without a doubt. Rowan Dean, thank you so much for your time.
And just a quick message for you and Greta. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, now I get it.
I really saw Facebook get taken off the internet.
All right, so I'm going to skip this bitch. All right, and I want to Alex Lifeson's acceptance speech at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's famous. It's the funniest shit.
Ooh. Yeah, from
I haven't seen this, so.
Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah
Do it.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
I agree.
Blah 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 blah.
Wow, he really went with this one.
Blah 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 blah
Blah, blah, blah.
blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah.
Oh my gosh.
He's on the phone now. The dude on his left looks pissed.
Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
What the hell?
I love this band.
Blah 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 blah.
Very good.
So he's just mocking like
US President Joe Biden wasn't aware of the.
What are you saying, Beck?
I said, so was that the whole point of that was just to mock people's acceptance speeches at award places?
Kinda, yeah. It's like they're like always play jokes on each other, and I don't think that Neil knew, the drummer knew that he was going to do that. So he didn't get it. Man,
Looks kind of pissed.
Oh man.
Yeah, he did not look amused at all.
Yeah, Neil's
It's like,
what
we
the-
worked our
Just
entire
something,
career.
Blah blah blah, and
Oh man, and he there's an episode. Do you remember the Trailer Park Boys?
Oh my God, I love
And
Trailer Park Boys.
Remember they kidnapped him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny as shit. And the dude with what's the guy with the bugged out glasses? You know,
Bubbles.
what's
Bubbles.
his name? Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah, Bubble.
Kitties.
Dude,
Bubbles
he
and his
played
kitties.
closer to the heart perfectly, and it was like, God damn, that's not your average, guitar strumming. You
Right.
have to know a little bit to be able to pull that off. So it was
Man, them
awesome.
Guys, yeah. Them guys from Trailer Park Boys have been around a long time.
Man,
Oh, yeah.
Trailer Park Boys is hilarious.
And then they have an animated series and shit too.
I've not seen it.
Yeah.
All right.
Just check it out.
All right, so we got this guy. All right.
US President Joe Biden wasn't aware of the French uproar about the AUKUS deal until after the outrage was made public. France angrily...
All right, the AUKUS deal was Australia, Britain, and the US agreed to... really, they agreed to buy submarines from us that the United States will be making for them. Okay? And they had worked out a deal beforehand with France, but France doesn't have nuclear power subs. That's what these guys will be having, would be like nuclear powered attack subs, right? And speaking of, we'll be talking about some of them later.
Withdrew its ambassadors from Canberra and Washington when its $90 billion contract for the subs with Australia was cancelled. The US Special Envoy on Climate, John Kerry, says the president was left out of the loop. He's told French media Joe Biden did not know about the response until Mr. Kerry informed him.
President Biden asked me about it, and I told him and expressed.
So
you told Joe Biden that it was not the right. He asked me. He said, "What's the situation?" And I explained exactly. He had not been aware of that. He literally had not been aware of what had transpired. And my president is very committed to strengthening the relationship and making sure that this is a small event of the past and moving on to the much more important future.
U.S. climate envoy John Kerry not making President Biden look good after saying Biden had no idea his submarine deal with the UK and Australia would upset the French government.
He asked me. He said, "What's the situation?" And I explained exactly. He had not been aware of that. He literally had not been aware of what had transpired. And I don't want to go into the details of it, but suffice it to say that the president, my president, is very committed to strengthening the relationship and making sure that this is a small event of the past and moving on to the much more important future.
So we have a lot of Dana, what do you think happened here?
Well, Secretary Kerry, now climate envoy, is sophisticated enough to know that as soon as he said that, he knew exactly what he was saying. And I think that in some ways he he's living in the days of yore when he was in charge, right? And when everything ran so smoothly, if you recall that. He was not only throwing President Biden under the bus, which is really bad, and doing it overseas.
Under the yacht.
Imagine though, if it had been a Republican, right? And how the howls from the Democrats would have been, how dare you denigrate our commander-in-chief when you're on foreign soil? He actually works for the president. Basically, oh yeah, he had no idea. Like literally has no idea. John Kerry knows what the narrative is about President Biden not being in the loop. But not only that, but he threw Blinken and Sullivan under the bus as well. And you know what? Maybe he thinks it wasn't handled well, and maybe he raised that in the Situation Room and nobody paid attention to him. But it does seem that he knew what he was doing. Then he tried to sort of backtrack. He's like, well, of course, he really wants everything to be fine. And it does sound like things are fine now, working out with the French. But I have a feeling that he knew exactly what he was doing.
John Kerry gives us the scoop that Sleepy Joe's out of the loop. Yes, Kerry does damage control in France while Biden wanders around without pants. Walking driftwood sculpture, John Kerry says President Biden wasn't aware that the trilateral agreement between the U.S., the UK, and Australia would anger France. Maybe because it wasn't French. A $40 million submarine contract between France and the Aussies, and France temporarily recalled its ambassadors to the U.S. and Australia. In response, an angry Joe Biden immediately recalled our ambassador to Atlantis. Just kidding. Joe can't recall anything. But anyway, apparently old Joe had no clue the deal would piss off the French.
Est-ce que vous avez compris la colère des Français? President Biden asked me about it, and I told him and expressed. You told Joe Biden that it was not the right. He asked me. He said, "What's the situation?" And I explained exactly. He had not been aware of that. He literally had not been aware of what had transpired, and I don't want to go into the details of it.
Why bother at this point? Before hopping in his private jet that runs on panda blood, Kerry went on to say that the U.S. and France have bigger world issues to work on together, such as cyber warfare and climate change. And if they're worried about lost income, Kerry recommends marrying a rich widow so you can continue to fly on private jets, because that's what he did. You know, Professor, do you think the Democrats actually like it this way? The less Joe knows, the better.
It's hard to know, but John Kerry, the operative words were, "I explained," literally,
unaware. He's always this pontificator.
Right.
Remember when he was during the election and he said, if you don't educate, you're not educated and go to college, we're going to send you to Iraq, as if that was the worst of all fates. And remember during the Trump administration, he was always freelancing on the Iran deal, meeting Iranians. So it's always that he's the hero and the intellectual master of everybody. So yeah, it was probably true that Biden didn't know what was going on, but Kerry so exaggerates his own role. Remember he went over to China about climate change and they put him in a room and said later. And so he's always the legend in his own mind.
To be fair, China thought he was actually a cabinet. But another great example is him going to France after the terrorist attack, bringing James Taylor.
I remember.
Because that was his way of being a hero, right?
Yes.
They're going to love me because I'm going to bring James Taylor, which no one has ever said before.
Taiwan's foreign minister says that Taiwan is preparing for war with China. In an interview with Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Foreign Minister Joseph Wu asked like-minded nations like Australia to expand intelligence sharing and security cooperation with Taiwan.
It's going to launch a war against Taiwan. We will fight to the end. And that is our commitment.
Actually, what Minister Joseph Wu is explaining to Australia is that what he mainly wanted to do is show that the people of Taiwan have the will and the ability to defend themselves, unlike Afghanistan. Say that Australia's defense policy is armed by US weapons, and it has the ability to provide support in the Taiwan Strait. In such a case, Taiwan's resolve to defend itself would, of course, make Australia more confident in Taiwan and more determined to provide support.
During his interview with ABC, the foreign minister said he welcomed the establishment of a UK, US, and Australia security pact in September. The defense deal, called AUKUS, will allow Australia to build nuclear-powered submarines using American technology.
Well, Chris, I think we've got to take it seriously because Xi does want to unify Taiwan with the mainland while he's the leader. He's a man in a hurry, and his only way to unify Taiwan now, after what he's done to Hong Kong, is to do it by force. So when we see these Chinese military flights going in greater and greater numbers into Taiwan's air defense zone, we need to take it seriously and not just shrug our shoulders. But the good news is that's happening. Right while this is happening, there are 6 navies cooperating together with 3 aircraft carriers in moves to deter Beijing. So that's the good news here.
Officials have said that a nuclear-powered U.S. Navy attack submarine has struck an object while submerged in international waters in the South China Sea.
All right, this was released late last night, this information. All right, this happened last Saturday.
11 sailors were hurt, 2 suffered moderate injuries, and the rest had minor scrapes and bruises, officials said. All were treated on the sub. In a brief statement on Thursday that provided few details of the incident, which happened 5 days ago, U.S. Pacific Fleet said the USS Connecticut remained in a safe and stable condition, that there were no life-threatening injuries, and the sub was still fully operational. The Seawolf-class submarine's nuclear propulsion plant was not affected, it added. The extent of damage to the remainder of the submarine is being assessed, the statement said, adding that the incident will be investigated. The collision comes amid escalating tensions in the region. The same weekend, US and UK aircraft carriers conducted military exercises with Japan, Canada, the Netherlands, and New Zealand just north of Taiwan. The United Kingdom Carrier Strike Group 21 has since traveled down to the South China Sea, pointing to its vital importance as a maritime trade route. The statement did not specify the location of the incident. Still, 2 Navy officials, speaking on condition of anonymity to discuss details not announced publicly, said it happened in the South China Sea while Connecticut was conducting routine operations. The officials said the sub then headed toward Port at Guam. They said the incident was not announced before Thursday to maintain operational security. Navy officials told the Washington Post it is not believed that China caused the collision and that the vessel was monitored by other U.S. vessels in the region as it moved to Guam. The officials said it was unclear what object the sub had struck but was not another submarine. One official said it could have been a sunken vessel, an open container, or another uncharted thing. The 107-meter, 353 feet, multi-billion-dollar USS Connecticut was commissioned in the Cold War era and 3 Seawolf-class boats. It carries more than 100 personnel. In 2005, the USS San Francisco submarine struck a seamount near Guam at full speed, killing 1 sailor and injuring 24 others. China claims almost all of the resource-rich South China Sea, through which trillions of dollars in shipping trade passes annually, with competing claims from 4 Southeast Asian states and Taiwan. Beijing has been accused of deploying a range of military hardware there, including anti-ship and surface-to-air missiles, and ignored a 2016 international tribunal decision that declared its historical claim over most of the waters to be without basis. Tensions have escalated in recent months between Beijing and rival claimants. USNI News also said the submarine was operating in the South China Sea. The U.S. Navy has sought to challenge China's disputed territorial claims on small islands, reefs, and outcrops. The Navy said the extent of the damage is being examined and the incident investigated. The submarine remains in a safe and stable condition. USS Connecticut's nuclear propulsion plant and spaces were not affected and remain fully operational, it said. USNI News said the vessel is now headed to the U.S. base. The announcement came as tensions grew between Washington and Beijing over the Chinese military's increasingly frequent incursions into Taiwan's air defense identification zone. The United States, Japan, and other U.S. allies also engaged in military exercises over the past weekend in waters southwest of Okinawa, which involved 3 U.S. and British aircraft carriers and Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force destroyers and other ships, according to the MSDF. Connecticut's collision comes just weeks after Australia, the UK, and the US announced a new security arrangement. The so-called UK-US pact also created a rift with France, which saw a $66 billion deal to provide Australia with conventional submarines voided in favor of an agreement for American-made nuclear-powered ships. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has defended the deal as a game-changer for Australian security in the face of China's military assertiveness, saying it would add to Indo-Pacific stability.
This just in to CNN, we are learning that a U.S. nuclear-powered submarine hit something in the South China Sea. This happened on Saturday. You know, this is a tense time for U.S. and China relations.
All right, so the stuff that I've been able to read about it, they're suggesting that it was a submarine droid or a drone, right? And they rammed the vessel. That's scuttlebutt, okay? I don't know whether it's true or not.
CNN Oren Lieberman is at the Pentagon. Oren, what more do you know?
Victor, this all happens this past Saturday as the USS Connecticut, a Seawolf-class nuclear-powered submarine, was operating in the South China Sea. Now, the Navy wouldn't specify where it was. It simply says the international waters of the Indo-Pacific region, but we've learned from defense officials that it was in the contested waters of the South China Sea. Here are the basics. It involved the USS Connecticut. Several sailors were injured, we've learned, though none are life-threatening, according to a statement from U.S. Pacific Fleet. It is still unclear what the submarine hit at this point, but Pacific Fleet did say that the submarine was able to make its way back to port under its own power, and there was no damage to what was effectively the nuclear core, the nuclear power plant of the submarine as it made its way back to port. The context here is crucial, that a nuclear-powered submarine was operating in the South China Sea, especially with U.S. and China tensions so high. And this accident on Saturday happened the same day that China sent 39 military aircraft into the Taiwan Air Defense Integration Zone, essentially into what Taiwan sees as part of its airspace and part of what it looks to defend. Just 2 days later, China would send 56 airplanes into that same airspace, the highest number we've seen since Taiwan started putting out these numbers. This led to an escalation of words between the U.S. and China, U.S. saying China was taking part in destabilizing activity in the region, China firing back, saying the U.S. was violating or going against the one China policy. Now, we saw some of this alleviate only a little bit as National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan met a high-ranking Chinese official, setting the stage, at least in principle, for a virtual meeting between President Joe Biden and President Xi Jinping, but it did little to alleviate the tensions in the South China Sea there, especially, Victor, as there's a multinational exercise, the US, UK, and 4 other countries operating and exercising in the same region right now.
Several US Navy sailors appear to be okay after a nuclear submarine that they were on collided with an unknown object in the South China Sea. Roxana Severi is in London with more information on this story, as well as other international headlines today. Roxana, good morning.
Good morning, Anne-Marie. U.S. officials say the USS Connecticut hit some kind of object while submerged in international waters in the South China Sea on Saturday. They said several sailors were injured, but the Navy-attacked submarine is still fully working. It's not yet clear what the submarine struck, but officials say it could have been a sunken vessel or container. The South China Sea is one of the most contested regions in the world, with several countries backed by the U.S. disputing China's claims to the waters. Federal prosecutors in New York have charged a man they describe as a former Taliban commander with murder in the deaths of 3 U.S. troops and an Afghan interpreter. They say the killings took place in Afghanistan in 2008. They're also charging Haji Najibullah with terrorism-related crimes, including the downing of a U.S. military helicopter.
Just in time for when people are kind of looking ahead to the holiday season and trying to figure out if they'll finally be able to see loved ones in other countries, for Christmas and so on. So this is good news. Roxana, thank you very much.
But look, the trend has been that these types of operations, these missions into Taiwan's self-declared air defense identification zone have been escalating and increasing in size, and particularly over the last 5 days. I mean, you had 3 of the last 5 days where Beijing actually broke its own record in terms of the number of planes: 38 on Friday, 39 on Saturday, 56 on Monday. And the planes that were seen were, spanning the range of military intimidation, 2 different kinds of fighter jets. I mean, it was 149 planes in total, most of them fighter jets, but also you had nuclear-capable bombers, anti-submarine aircraft, early warning aircraft, the exact kind of thing that can really intimidate a much smaller, much, in many ways, less equipped armed force here in Taiwan. But that is not causing this country's military to back down. In fact, quite the opposite. They have put together a propaganda video, the Taiwanese Air Force, so they're not just scrambling their jets and deploying their missile defense systems or issuing radio warnings, they're also sending a message to the people here in Taiwan. Take a look. In many ways, that dramatic music kind of resembles the propaganda that we've seen the mainland put together just as recently as June, where they put out this ominous message telling the island of Taiwan to prepare for war. Both sides are clearly waging a rhetorical battle, a propaganda battle, a political battle, whether it be intimidation in the skies or the parade that's going to be happening here in Taipei on October 10th, where there are going to be missiles and planes rolling through the streets. Pretty out of character from what we're used to seeing here in Taiwan, Issa, but this is a different day. And as President Tsai Ing-wen wrote in that opinion piece for Foreign Affairs, this is a bigger issue from the perspective of the leadership here than just this island and mainland China, or this island and the United States. She says that this is a battle between authoritarianism and democracy, and Taiwan as a flashpoint could actually, the outcome here could determine the future of the entire world. That is what she is writing, and that is what she is hoping U.S. allies will keep in mind coming to the defense of Taiwan if these intimidating acts escalate into something bigger.
Oh my God, it's just such an unbelievable.
Right. Yeah. All right, so any comments, Becca?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say. My husband may or may not be part of that group.
Oh,
yeah. So I'll keep my lips sealed.
I hear you. But yeah, so the things are ramping up over there. It's interesting because we've been weakened, obviously.
Yes.
If you watch the extra credit, you realize that Becca and I discovered that the Wuhan virus thing was released during a UN Olympic type game thing that was hosted in Wuhan.
Military games.
Yes, military, like Olympic type games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was people went home. They were sick. They didn't know what happened. I don't know.
I mean, it coincides with China.
It was October. Yeah, it was October 2019. Of course, by November we were. Medicare was streaming it 24/7 and shit.
Yeah, it coincides with China's accusations that it was our military that spread it.
Yeah.
With that event.
Yeah. Well, in a kind of a weird kind of way, we did pay for it. So there's that.
We did.
And we got this. All right, so I want to talk about this Facebook whistleblower because we're going to watch another whistleblower in a minute in the third hour, which is going to be on Odyssey, people. And I'm going to put the connection so you can go there yourself in the chat before we do anything. If you go to Odyssey.
I beat you again.
Yeah, well, it's all right. So what you need to do though is to how do I say it? All right, you see the thing where it says share. If you share that, it bumps me up in the in their algorithm. All right. Just saying.
I don't see the share function on my end.
Crap, I always forget my passwords.
It's all right. All right, we're not gonna jump over there anyway. We got 20 minutes, so let's focus on this whistleblowing person.
Wait, did you say you were on Twitch as well, or just Odyssey?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch. We'll be rolling on Twitch just as well. All right. Is Odyssey giving people a hassle?
Yeah. It's.
I've got it up on Odyssey. Sorry.
It's not so mobile friendly, but PC is much better. But people are having issues with actually logging in and commenting. But I did find out that if you just created the account, whatever email you use to create that account, you have to go in there and verify your email in order to get full function for chat and stuff. So
I will say the Odyssey app is no bueno. Like, it's got some pretty rough spots, and it's not very easy to use, and it seems to be super glitchy. But I never have a problem with it on my desktop.
Yeah,
so if you're
I find the issue on my phone.
So yeah, if you're using it on your phone, maybe use like
Twitch.
Yeah, either Twitch or like use the actual web page
through the browser.
App.
Yeah,
the browser.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, because I use the browser. I haven't downloaded the app. I'm not sure if the app or the browser is the issue. I have the issue on my browser on my phone.
Oh, see, I have the app on my iPad, and it's so glitchy. I can hardly use it. So I usually only use Odyssey on my desktop, at least for now.
Yeah.
But it works. It's working fine on my computer right now.
All right, this chick, she's testifying before Congress. You'll see that she was on 60 Minutes the night before. But she testified that I think it was the day after Facebook had gone down, and all like Instagram, WhatsApp, and something else went down too. But they were all connected to Facebook, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Why it went down? But I know that for more than 5 hours, Facebook wasn't used to deepen divides, destabilize democracies, and make young girls and women feel bad about their bodies.
These whistleblowers for fucking Project Veritas, I've never seen any of them get on 60 Minutes.
And misinformation. One study she found from this year says, we estimate that we may action as little as 3 to 5% of hate and about 0.6% of violence and incitement on Facebook, despite being the best in the world at it. To quote from another one of the documents she brought out, we have evidence from a variety of sources that hate speech, divisive political speech, and misinformation on Facebook and the family of apps are affecting societies around the world.
When we live in an information environment that is full of angry, hateful, polarizing content, it erodes our civic trust, it erodes our faith in each other, it erodes our ability to want to care for each other. The version of Facebook that exists today is tearing our societies apart and causing ethnic violence around the world.
Ethnic violence, including Myanmar in 2018, when the military used Facebook to launch a genocide.
The first quarter of 2019.
Frances Houghton told us she was recruited by Facebook in 2019. She says she agreed to take the job only if she could work against misinformation, because she had lost a friend to online conspiracy theories.
I never wanted anyone to feel.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's like
it was cute.
It's when you base your life and the things you know off of Facebook headlines. Then yeah, you're gonna have some issues, but like you got to be more complex and more thoughtful than that.
This bitch is a total lefty SJW, man. Okay, I'm calling it like I see it, people. All right, why are you laughing, Becker?
Because people that get sucked into this stuff, like hardcore sucked in, they need to check out of the internet. I can't.
Yes, if you can't handle it, get the fuck off it.
You get to see the joy of the stupidity. You don't become the stupidity.
Those are normies, though. Normies don't care. Normies are just there to play with Facebook.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, man, Congress wouldn't even listen to this bitch fart. Okay,
no.
Right? If she wasn't saying some shit they want to latch on to, okay,
sure.
And who's controlling everything right now? The Democrats.
I don't believe for 1 second that she's a whistleblower. I don't believe that at all.
See, man,
like this is
thank
planned.
You. Yes,
this is planned. Like she's
dark.
saying, like she's making it out like she's, you know,
making
unveiling some like thing, but this is just what they want.
It's a distraction.
I think it's going to be an excuse to step up surveillance over, people that are, you know, that are protesting their schools and stuff, you know, because they're domestic terrorists now.
I guess a while back she
Becca?
actually she platformed on allowing the government to have more control over places like Facebook.
Right.
It's actually really brilliant what they're doing. This is brilliant. I mean, they can like make it look like they're bad guys or something, and then they need to fix the problem. Quote, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's brilliant, but it's evil.
Yeah, well, that's an old
manipulative.
It's a political trick. All right, what you do is you gather, like, say you're a community organizer or something, and you've got a room full of people, and you want these 3 ideas, right? Well, you give the people in the room, say, why don't you write down some ideas? And at least a couple of people will come up with them, or you'll have a couple of plants out there. Well, we're going to use, Jeannie's idea here because it's perfect. We're going to, Bob is doing. Look at that. That's fantastic. It's a shell game, and they think that you're stupid. All right.
I love that irate. It reminds me of like making someone believe that something was their own idea when you planted it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
The thing that I do to people.
You've never done that. No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, when you do it, you're talking about your pecker usually. Just saying.
Yeah.
The pain that I felt, and I'd seen how high the stakes were in terms of making sure there was high quality information on Facebook.
At headquarters, she was assigned to civic integrity, which worked on risks to elections, including misinformation.
Civic integrity.
Was your idea. No, sorry.
Civic integrity. I love that word. That is the truth. right?
Well, but it's like, obviously, you know, the content that gets the most engagement and invokes emotion and catharsis is going to be like what's pushed, you know,
Right.
like.
Yeah, it's a persuasion model that the algorithms built around.
It's exactly how the news works.
Yep.
It is. I hate this. My mom is such like a victim of this. I swear to God, you guys. Just like hardcore. 2000%. I don't know anyone more than my mom. That is
My
a victim
boss
of
is
this
like
shit.
that too.
My sister as well. She falls for what they put in front of her.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
whatever.
By bullet or ballot, restoration of the republic is coming. All these are like right-wing-ish. You know, and some of this is glowy shit too. All right, fam. You know,
Yeah.
fair warning, if this election is stolen for Biden, patriots will go to war. See, I don't know a damn person that said that shit. You know, I know that there's talk about a divorce, but I mean, come on, man. And of course, I got to throw the fucking Tennessee Division III battle flag, which is a lot of people. And my Discord just went tits up again. And so I've got to reload it while they're waiting for this shit. And
He's back.
yes, I'm back.
Hi.
All right, can y'all see this shit? I guess I gotta reload it.
Oh, I gotta reopen it, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, see, it did it to me the other night, man. So apparently they like shutting me down. It's not giving me the out. That's weird, man. Oh, here we go. I don't know what's going on here. It's acting weirder. Smoother video. Can y'all hear me?
A dick.
I see what happened. Sorry about
Shut
that,
up.
y'all.
Shut up.
I got
Stop
booted,
Stop
and
talking.
it was like they were acting like an asshole. What were
Stop
you
talking
saying?
about irate. He's back.
I am a dick. I am a dick, and I enjoy it. All right, so, all right, can y'all lock in now?
Yes. I can see
I
it.
just
I'm
hate it when
good.
it does this. It's terrible.
I love that
They wouldn't
voice.
do this to me if I was a lefty.
True.
Just saying.
Oh my god, you reminded me of the blow dart guy. Oh my god, I hated him. He was insufferable.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
What?
we got more. The blow dart guy.
What's the blow dart guy?
He was obviously this highly effeminate person that worked for the FDA. And he was an economist for FDA, but he was saying that the only way to get everybody vaccinated was to use a blow dart. Right? He was then he had this idea about like a drone blow dart thing.
Hey, Irate, we're muted. Roasted says he can only hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, I guess I didn't get in trouble then.
Well, maybe he said that when irate wasn't with us.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kept talking, and I babble through the weirdness so that people will have something to listen to. I don't want them to, leave because that's exactly what Susan wants. Susan wants them to
Right.
leave. So all right, we'll keep rolling through this. All right, and we get the deal. All right, she's obviously working for fucking. She's a glowy, doing her thing, and of course, Facebook should do more to keep underage kids off the platform. Okay, well, good for her. And she testified before the Senate, which is in this next hour on Odyssey. You will see that's highly problematic because there's actual whistleblowers that could blow the top off of shit, and you know the propaganda machine is just, they don't care. They are out of fucks on this shit, and they act like it. So let's talk about for 5 minutes. Take a little break from the vidya. All right.
We have a super chat.
Oh, PBN
JP.
super chats. PBNJ. Okay, I like that. 91 sends $1 super chat. Thank you, sir.
AP is getting a little more creative with his account names.
Well, cool, man. You know, we want you to succeed here, sir. We do. We want him to be a success and to make it without getting yeeted. Yeah. Is he in the crowd? Let's see. Is he gray still? Zuka's gray. What in the name of Christ?
He's been great all night.
Oh my God, Zuka! I am so sorry.
There's people talking in all three of the chats.
And PB&J is
awesome.
Yeah, we got people like, yeah, because this shit.
Actually, Beard looks alone on Twitch.
I've got all three of them up just so I can see what everybody's saying. Nobody's doing much on Twitch.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody's pretty quiet on Twitch and Odyssey.
Yeah, and so at the top of the hour, we're gonna end on this deal in Facebook. I mean on YouTube, because you know Susan, we know about her. She knows about us. We've come to an agreement that things will be better. She won't hurt me if I just say what I'm saying I'm supposed to here. And I can say whatever the fuck I want to on Odyssey. That's why I like Odyssey more. I can just fucking say fuck this shit. And
Fuckity fuck.
Fuckity fuck. Fucking fuck. That motherfucker got fucked up. Fucking shit.
I like Odyssey. I feel like not enough people are like transitioning. And I don't know, us that are like doing the Odyssey thing, when YouTube hits its demise, we're going to have a leg up.
Well, yeah, I totally agree with that. And also, you know, if BitChute ever starts, you know, streaming, you know,
Never.
Yeah, really. They've been, I don't know, man.
They've been talking about it for a long time.
They have. You're absolutely correct.
Well, all the new platforms take a little while to catch on. Like Twitch, I remember in the beginning, everybody was like, fuck Twitch, I'm not moving over there. But now it's exploded. Trovo took a little time, but they're learning that Trovo was not as free speech as they claim to be.
Yeah.
So people are moving from Trovo to Odyssey.
You can't shit on the Chi-Coms.
I mean, it was the same with D-Live, until
but
everybody found out that China was in control.
China.
Yeah. D-Live has
wasn't it Microsoft?
Two words for
bought
you.
it,
China. What?
Didn't
What?
Microsoft buy it or?
Microsoft bought Discord.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they
right.
bought Discord. No, everybody. All right, so Bubonic we were talking, and he said that Google bought it, but no, they bought the app that's no longer in use anymore. Okay, this Odyssey. As a matter of fact, there's a tweet on in their feed where they say, "We are not owned by Google. We hate those motherfuckers," and I think that's literally what they say. All right.
Yeah.
So
that was so like good to hear too, like because I
Absolutely.
thought that for a minute as well, and like, oh, thank goodness.
Wherever you
All
guys
right.
are watching us from, we'll be able to see your chats. So you're good, whatever you pick.
Yep.
All
the
right.
chats
Pick
are
a
up
good
on
one,
screen.
because they're all good. Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna throw a link out there. Oh, I've already said that. It's apparently. Well, fuck you, Twitter. You suck my.
Yeah,
pecker.
Twitter with their fucking repeat tweet. Yeah, kiss my ass.
And-
Retweet yourself, irate. That's what.
Rusty brings
yeah.
up a good point. Twitch had a breach, and a lot of
Yeah, I changed my
info was
password.
leaked.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right. He's right about that. So, all right, what we're gonna do here is, if we just pull this little thing out, okay?
Oh no.
It's not
Put it
gross.
back in there.
Mhm.
Pull it all the way out.
Zuka, not everyone over here will bop people as soon as they come in gray. It's not Bonsako's chat or Moose.
I mean,
chat.
if you miss it, you know.
All right.
We give you time to fuck up
I'm
before we
loading
talk.
that link in, and that's the right link too. That will tickle the Odyssey algorithm. So we want to do that. Tickle that baby.
I'm a tweet in.
And so what we're going to do is it's top of the hour. It's time to slide over and finish the show talking about the shit that they don't want us talking about here. So, and on that note, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead. Let's say goodbye, everybody, to YouTube.
Good night, YouTube.
Later, YouTube.
Fuck off, YouTube.
All right, and we're going to end the stream. 5, 4.